Hey guys, it's me, Lakeisha, your fairy godmother from OurLipsMovin.com. Literally, guys, I was on my way to the pool to just kick my feet up, listen to the new Beyonce and Jay-Z album, and just freaking relax. But literally, as I was preparing myself to get ready, I was packing my bag. I was actually listening to some music, and it really got me thinking about this fucking topic about, are you begging people to stay in your life? So guys, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching the replay, please be interactive with me. Let me know how you're resonating with everything that I'm saying, and just understand that you're going to be triggered in the most fucking amazing way. Hey Kendra, how's it going? Okay, so I was listening to the Supremes, and actually it was I was listening to Where Did I Love Go? I was listening to some Tina Turner. I was listening to just a bunch of it was a dance, just a dance party, little playlist that I had going on that I kind of just listened to pretty much all the time and never really paid attention to the words that I was saying. But for some reason, a lot of the lyrics actually stood out to me today. And I was listening to the words, and specifically to the Supreme song, Where Did I Love Go? Hey Crystal, how are you? And it got me to thinking about the fact that musically, you hear a lot of the times where artists are begging people to stay in their lives. They're just oh my God, where did our love go? We were so amazing. Why'd you leave me all by myself? And all of these things. And I feel subconsciously, growing up as a kid, I kind of took those beliefs into my own and really started to believe them, and feeling if I didn't have a man in my life, if I wasn't in a relationship, then a void was there, something was missing. I always felt something was missing for me. And the more I do the self-love work, the more I work on my business, the more I work on myself and all of these things, I realize that isn't true. But today it got me to thinking about the fact that, are we begging people to stay in our life? So Crystal, totally, I will coach you through this right now. Everybody who's watching this, let's get really deep and fucking, I'm ready to be vulnerable with you and speak my truth and all this jazz. And I realized that, we do beg people to stay in our lives, whether it's our friends, whether it's clients, whether it's a guy, all of these things. We have been trained to feel we have to look outside of ourselves for fulfillment, that in order for us to feel good about ourselves, we have to, be attached to all of these people. I need to have love. I need to have children. I need to have an amazing job. I need to have this amazing kick-ass resume of all of these things that I do. And I also need to be really good at making pies or making chocolate cake. We feel we have to go out and be this magnificent person with all these fucking accolades in order for us to feel worthy of love and feel we are whole, feel that we are good enough. So then when we fall flat of that, when we don't actually make all these things happen, or when we are in the process of making down on ourselves and we really don't feel good enough, and that's when the clinginess, that's when the neediness comes in. So I want to talk to you guys, just in case you don't know my story or anything like that. I grew up in a single parent home. My mom raised me and my sisters by herself. And my dad, I had a lot of just in me that says that, a man is supposed to love, protect, and provide for his family. And because he didn't give that to me, I was yearning for it. I was out there begging for it from other people. And, it may not have been in the most dramatic way possible, but even me just staying in relationships that didn't fulfill me, that didn't satisfy me, that didn't love, respect, and honor who I am as a person and the value that I bring into the world, that was me begging for that love from my father. And once I realized that I didn't need that love from him anymore, that although I did not get it and I would love to have experienced that as a child, I cannot go back, I cannot change my childhood. The only thing that I can do is take full responsibility for my life right now and decide to cut those people out of my life and make a decision to love and be that protector for myself. And I had to really just get into a space where I was true to myself about why I was begging this person to stay. So when you think of yourself and you think of friends, or maybe you think of clients, or maybe you think of, a boyfriend for you too, whatever it is, ask yourself, why is it so important for this person to be in your life? What purpose does this person serve? And are they actually filling a void for you? So when it comes to clients, a lot of the times we feel oh my God, this client just said no to us. So I'm going to keep reaching out to them. I'm going to keep messaging them. I'm going to give them a discount. I'm going to offer them something else. I'm going to do do all these things. We keep discounting ourselves and our services with these people just to get a yes from them because we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of what it would mean about us if this person says no. If your coaching, package or program or whatever isn't filled, what would it mean about you? Oh my God, it would mean that you were a failure. It would mean that you were terrible at what you do. It would mean that you needed to quit. We start to really overanalyze these things and really overwhelm ourselves with all of these emotions, because what we don't really realize is that we are triggered by the fact that we feel rejected. We are triggered by the fact that this person just abandoned us by saying no to our services, or this friend just abandoned us for deciding not to talk to us anymore, or whatever. Like the boyfriend just said that he couldn't do it anymore and he went away. I remember my ex-boyfriend, he legit disappeared for 5 months and it felt like the worst betrayal ever. Oh my God, I was like leaking inside. I was able to just have a cool, calm face, and I was acting like I was unfazed by it, but I would totally come home at night and just be like, wow, what's wrong with me? Why am I not worthy of someone, even just saying that they didn't want to be with me anymore? Why wasn't I worthy of someone, being open and honest with me about how they were feeling and about what was really going on? And long story short, he was a total douche. He ended up having a baby and all this other madness that we can definitely save for another day of vulnerability. But what I had to realize from that experience and working through that was that I don't need anyone else to validate me and my worth. So whether it's a client, whether it's a friend, whether it's a boyfriend, whatever it is that's going on, I don't need anyone else to validate me. The way I look doesn't matter, the way I dress doesn't matter, but it's how I feel inside. And what I realized, what you always hear all the time, is that, our outside world is a reflection, it's a mirror of what's actually going on inside. And I was attracting these people to myself, friends, clients, guys and things like that, to myself, because I was missing that piece of me. I was missing that self-love piece. I didn't accept myself as I was. I didn't, accept my childhood for what it was and decide to heal it. I was in victim mode. I was totally blaming. I was blaming my mom for not doing a better job at keeping my father. I was blaming my father for not making the commitment to be in my life. I was blaming all of these people, when now, as I sat there at 25 years old, I had to really just own my ish and just say, okay, so from this space now, what are you gonna do? And I realized that I needed to love and accept myself. I needed to realize that the past does not define me. And what happens now with the work that I do and the women that I coach, it is so freaking amazing and phenomenal, because when you release the need to hold on to the past, when you release the need to feel like these situations freaking validate you and add this this meaning to your life. People feel like when they lose the weight, then they can go out there and start living their life. When they lose the weight, then they can go and get the guy. When they have this amazing relationship, or they're married, then they can actually be enough and be this amazing effervescent woman in the world. When in reality, it's you need to show up as that person right now. Like attracts like. So when I was in that vulnerable space of not feeling good enough about myself and struggling with abandonment issues and all of those things, I was attracting people who was it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. I was attracting people who were going to treat me exactly how I felt about myself. You show the world how to treat you. So when I was allowing these people to stay into my life, when I was allowing these people to, set things on fire and walk away from it, and not, take ownership for what they did, or even allow these people to come into my life and wreck things, it really put me in a place of vulnerability, and it allowed me to attract more people like that into my life. And it's when I took accountability, when I took responsibility for myself to say, you know what, Lakeisha, sometimes you don't really love yourself. Sometimes you don't really feel good about yourself all the time. What are you going to do? How are you going to show up now? How are you going to choose to love and accept yourself as this person? Knowledge is always the first step. That's always the first thing that I work on with my clients, because once you can acknowledge the moments that you feel unworthy, when you don't feel good about yourself, why you feel someone saying no to you, someone choosing to leave your life, why this guy choosing to separate himself, all of these things have nothing to do with you as a person, then you will allow yourself to go out into the world and get the things that you actually really want. Because now that I've done the work, that I'm constantly in the process of doing the work, I show up much more powerfully. I can sit here and have a conversation with you about the things that I struggled with, because it doesn't matter to me, because I know that I am enough. I know that I am worthy. I know that I am amazing. I know that I'm a brilliant individual. I know that I'm an incredible human being. I know that I was put here for a reason. And my reason was for me to experience these struggles so that I can come here and I can talk to you and I can teach you about how to get through what you're going through in life. And it's all a process. It's all a cycle. So once you actually realize what's going on, once you realize the reason why you're making these mistakes, the reason why you're showing up the way that you are in the world, the reason why you are attracting the things that you are attracting, then you will allow yourself to open yourself to more possibilities and allow healing to actually begin. And the most amazing thing that I can say from this entire journey and transformation is once I decided to forgive my father, and literally I did a video about it, about literally just like forgiving him and understanding that he did the best that he could, that my mom did the best that she could, and learning to love them, you know, as a result of everything that has happened in my life. He came into my life and now I actually have a relationship with him. But it all stemmed from me like being okay with him not being there. And me just saying that I am whole. And it doesn't mean that I'm unworthy. It doesn't mean that I'm unlovable because my father wasn't in my life. And once I took off these restraints and, you know, these things that were supposed to validate me of love, acceptance, and connection in the world, once I removed those things and felt like, you know, I could drop my walls and really allow myself to be a human being, then I opened myself up to a real relationship with him. And now I'm amazed at the place that we are right now because he is super important in my life right now. Literally, like this year for the first time, I actually told my father Happy Father's Day. I had never said that before. I had never cared about it. I had never anything. And I love that I am in a good place now because of this, because it allows me to know that I don't need to beg anyone to be in my life, that I am whole, that I am complete just as I am. And as a result of this, I now attract people into my life who understand that. I now attract people into my life who see that worth. And that's how you have to start looking at your life. You don't need a man to validate you. You don't need, you know, the love and approval of your parents. You don't need it of your friends. You don't need it of clients or anything like that. You are amazing. You are fucking worthy. Like literally, like God, the universe, the angels, all of them conspire to put you here on this world. You serve a purpose in this world. You have a mission. You fucking matter. Like you are important. And I want you to understand that on a deeper subconscious level. Like literally, if you watch my lives all the time, I'm always reminding you, like, you are enough. Like you are amazing. Like you, Gerald, Chris, Alexandra, Ada, like all of you who are watching this video, like understand that you are a powerful individual and that you are perfectly magnificent just as you are. And learning to love and accept yourself with all of those so-called flaws that you have, like Beyonce says, like, love yourself, like flaws and all, because understand that that's what makes you unique as a person. I realized that when I was starting my business as a coach, I first felt like I had to be perfect. Like I needed perfect pictures. I needed like this perfect story about how amazing my life was and yada, yada, yada. And I realized that once I got real, once I got vulnerable, once I was able to tell my truth and my insecurities and my vulnerabilities and the things that I was struggling with in my life, the things that I had overcome, once I decided to stop feeling like I needed to be freaking perfect for the world or for Facebook or whatever, I was able to really attract people who were ready and willing to make that commitment in their life. Oh, thank you so much. I love you so, so much. And it really allowed me to release the need to be someone other than myself and feeling like I needed to change in order to be worthy of love, because I don't need to change my body. I don't need to change my hair. I don't need to wear makeup. I don't need to like do anything. Like I, just as I am, like I am worthy of love. And you will fucking realize that once you accept, you love and truly accept yourself exactly as you are, you will start manifesting people who will do the same. You will realize that fewer and fewer you will find people who like don't belong in your life, who are just there for like mean, bad, malice intentions, because you have now created an environment and a space around you where those kind of people don't even want to waste their time. They know that it's a waste of time for them to even try to penetrate you. Like I remember being at work and like my manager, it just gotten to the point where he knew not to even bother me anymore, because he knew that I was not fazed by any of his shenanigans. No matter what he did, it didn't matter. Like it was just a job for me. It was just a temporary thing that I was experiencing in order for me to get to the next level. It was what I needed for me to pay my bills until my coaching business took off. So I really want you to understand that you do not need to beg anyone to stay in your life, that you are freaking phenomenal and amazing just as you are. And once you start owning that, once you start loving and accepting yourself just as you are, and understanding that the past does not define you, that you are fucking amazing, like literally a phenomenal individual as you sit here, right now in the present moment. Once you realize that and take ownership of that and acknowledge that and understand that your flaws, those mistakes that you have made in the past, make for epic freaking stories and literally allows you to go out there and be the best version of yourself, because you know what it's like. You know what it was like in the past. I know what it was like in the past to not love myself. I never want to experience that again. I never want to do that again. I've dropped that part of my life, and every day is a moment for me to show love to myself, for me to show acceptance to myself, and for me to start trusting myself. So now every single day, it's a process of you trusting yourself, trusting that you're making the right decisions, trusting that the people that you are including in your life, that you are involving yourself with, are the right people, trusting that you're manifesting the right clients, trusting that you're manifesting that amazing lover into your life, trusting that every single thing that you do is the right thing, and knowing that if you fumble, if you make a mistake, if you drop the ball, all you have to do is love and accept yourself and keep moving forward. Literally, life is about experiences, and the knowledge that we have, the knowledge that I have, comes from experience, not just from reading a book. I wouldn't have truly understood it if I never experienced it. If I never had my own thing to relate to what I was learning, I wouldn't be amazing at what I do. I welcome the fumbles. I welcome the mistakes. The quicker I make the mistake, the quicker I learn. The more I can 10x my result, the more I can go out there and figure out more of who I am and what I don't want in this world, the more I can choose to love myself. So as I peel back the layer, as I go through this work with my clients, as we work through feelings of neglect, of abandonment, of rejection, of low self-worth, of low self-esteem, and get to the place of building that confidence, of building that self-esteem, that now you like go out there and you be this amazing, vibrant woman. Literally, specifically, I work with women because I feel like I wasn't taught how to do it. And I feel like in this world, it's my responsibility now for me to go out there and show women how to love themselves, to show women how to have that confidence. And confidence is more than, just feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's fucking like being comfortable going to the beach and taking your cover up off. It's going to the beach and feeling like, yes, I have love handles. Yes, I have stretch marks. Yes, I have whatever this is thing going on, whatever this insecurity is that I'm working through, that I love myself in spite of that thing. That's what confidence is. Confidence is being in the freaking board meeting or like being in a meeting or whatever and not being afraid to raise your hand and tell your pitch. I remember being in school. I remember being at a job, being afraid to raise my hand because I felt like what I said wasn't of importance. I felt like it wasn't a valuable asset to the team. I was always second guessing myself. I would always leave the meeting like, wow, I should have just said it. Like I could have totally just like rocked it. Like I could have like blew their minds. Or even just, I remember like knowing the answer, like being in school and knowing the answer and feeling like, no, what if I'm wrong? Like that would make me look so stupid. Like everyone's gonna laugh at me. I would always have like that Carrie moment from the movie when her mom's like, they're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Like that, like I would feel super stupid. And I would not raise my hand. I would not volunteer. Like if someone didn't call on me, I was never that kid who like read out loud. I would always feel like, oh my God, what if I stumbled on a word? Like they would think that I can't read, like all of these things. And I was always feeling like all of these outside circumstances and situations and people validated me and my self-worth. And what I really help my clients do is really get to the underlying reason of that, of why you felt like that, and really healing your inner child and talking to yourself and saying, no, I am freaking amazing as I am. I am phenomenal as I am. And all of these things, and the more confidence I get, the more it allows me to walk out into the world and say, I am beautiful. That now I can attract that amazing guy to me. Now you can attract those clients to you who are hell yes. Because now the people who message me, the people who hop on calls with me, are people who are ready to commit. They already know long before I say anything to them on the phone that they want to work with me because they watch my live streams, because they see my heart, because they see my passion, because I wear my vulnerability on my sleeve and I'm not afraid to be messy. I'm not afraid to tell you my truth. I'm not afraid to tell you my insecurities. And that's why people freaking love me. And that's why I don't need to beg clients to work with me. That's why I don't need to convince people to work with me. And that's what you got to do in your life. So wherever whatever area it is that you feel like you're begging someone to be there for you, whether it's a parent, whether it's a spouse, whether it's friends, whether, you know, it's clients, whatever area it is in your life, whether it's money, understand that all of these things are just energy, and it's just mirroring back to you how you feel about yourself. Because now when a client tells me, when a potential client, if we're on the phone or whatever, if like I message someone or whatever, and I'm just like, hey, this is how you work with me, this is all that amazing value, I go through all the thing, you know, whatever, I'm telling them how amazing it would be to work with me, the transformation that we would have in their life, all this jazz. When they say no, it doesn't represent anything in my life. It doesn't mean that I'm not an amazing coach. It doesn't mean that my program is less than. And I know that now because I have done the work, because now I have that confidence to separate the two. I have that you know, self-esteem within me, that conviction behind everything that I'm doing and how I show up in the world. And I understand that I am enough just as I am, and that I don't need a yes from everyone. I don't need everyone to like me. I don't need every guy to be my boyfriend. I just need one person. I just need that one person who's just gonna say, yes, Lakeisha, you're fucking amazing. You're the coach for me. That's all I need. That's all you need. And it starts with you. It starts with you being a yes of you. And once you start to love and accept yourself exactly as you are, and understand that you are freaking amazing, that you are worthy of your desires, of them right now, not when you lose the weight, not when you're booked out, not when you're married, not when you have the children, but that you are worthy and incredible in this very moment, your entire life is going to change. And if you're ready for that type of transformation, freaking message me, slide in my DMs, literally, like, check out my website, check out my page, all of my testimonials, amazing. Like, I get my freaking clients amazing results because I have done the work on myself. I can only take you as far as I've been myself, and trust and believe that I have worked through years of ish. And it's because I love myself. It's because I love what I do. And I love the way that I get to live my life now. I love the fact that I now have the confidence to go out into the world and ask for what I want and actually expect to get it. Like, how many of you can actually say that? Like, how many of you can actually say that when you ask for something, you expect to get it? Because I know in the past when I was, you know, I had the low self-esteem or the low self-worth and all of these things was actually going on, I was asking questions and I was asking for things. If I eventually mustered up the confidence to actually ask for them, expecting for people to say no. Whether it was me asking for a raise, it was me, you know, finding a prom date or whatever, I was expecting people to say no. So when I did get yeses, when people did say yes to me, it was just like the holy freaking grail. It was like Jesus parting the sea. Like, it was amazing for me that I started to like really find validation in those yeses. And then when the no's would come, it would hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, it would knock me out, and it would really take me a long time for me to then muster the strength again to ask for what I wanted. And I really struggled with those things, and that's what I help my clients do. That's what I want to do for you. I want to assist you. I want to be a part of this journey with you and helping you see what's on the other side. And seeing that you don't have to constantly live your life on autopilot, that you don't have to settle for less than you deserve, that you don't have to go out there and just accept pennies or, you know, whatever someone throws at you. You can literally go out there and demand exactly whatever it is that you want. Those big dreams that you had when you were younger, that vision that you had for yourself, you can start living it out right here, right now in the present moment. Not 6 months from now, not a year from now, none of that, but right here. So it's time to acknowledge where, you know, you're dropping the ball, where those missing pieces are, and really like take action, massive aligned action to fill yourself back up, to fill your fucking cup. That now everything that you do in the world is a result of how amazing you feel about yourself. I can show up here powerfully for you because I feel good about myself right now. I feel amazing and incredible that I don't need to beg anyone to stay in my life, no matter who you are. Because I love myself, because I'm full, and because you're full. And I want to help you realize that. I want to help you take the blinders off and realize the limitless amount of possibilities that are available to you that you're not seeing right now because you're just so focused on everything that's missing in your life. And I want to show you how abundant you already are right here, right now. Again, guys, I love you so, so much. Whether you're watching this live or the replay, definitely be interactive in the comments with me. I will definitely come back and talk to you. So if you're watching the replay, literally just like hashtag replay, and I will come back and have a chat with you because this stuff is really important. These are the types of conversations that we need to be having. We need to be talking about self-love. We need to be talking about rejection. We need to be talking about abandonment. We need to be talking about confidence. We need to be talking about how to actually implement all of these things into our life. It's it's much more than affirmations. It's really about getting into the deep, deep work about why you feel like these things are missing from your life. And then realizing that everything that you need in life is already within you. Every single thing. All of your desires are already met within you. And from that place, you can go out there and live the most amazing, miraculous life. So guys, I love you so much. It's me, your fairy godmother. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Bye, guys.